Well, hello, everybody. My name's Anthony, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the open focus. I've been having a lot of these videos on recently, and so I wanted to explain a little bit about how I got into it. And basically, it was from Martha Beck because I listened to her a lot, and she's written this other book I've been talking about, Beyond Anxiety, and I've actually showed it. I'm going to write, or I'm going to also talk more about that and get more of her actual writing and just read it because there's parts of it that are amazing. But beyond that, the reason I'm talking about Mr. Professor Fehmi here is because he's been this professor at Princeton. He's now been dead for a few years, but what he did work on was four different types of space, which correspond to different ways of directing attention. And it influences how we experience awareness around us, stress, and relaxation. And there are four types of stress. And one is called narrow focus. And you'll understand what this is because it's what we all do. It's a highly focused part of your brain. I believe it's the left brain state of attention where awareness is directed toward a single object, like a thought or sensation. It's useful in problem solving and detailed work. But if you're doing it too many times, if you're using it all day long in your work, it can be very stressful because it's very focused. So then there's objective space. This refers to traditional external way of perceiving the world, where objects are seen as separate from oneself, right? So it aligns with conventional and analytical thinking and is useful for navigating daily life. But it can reinforce a sense of disconnection from the world and from yourself. So it's a little bit different. And I'm going to go in to do demos about it, but I want to talk about this other one. The third one is called immerse space. And you talk about all these different things today, and everything is about immersion. Everybody wants to be immersed in whatever it is they're doing, whether it's music they have playing, it's being deeply engaged with your experience, like getting lost in a movie. Who doesn't like that? And it really is healthy because it's a creative activity. So in order to follow the movie, you have to pay attention, but you're more immersed in it. So that's why after seeing a movie, you come out of it and you feel very refreshed because then you can go back and do something and feel like you're lost in the movie, but it's a creative activity, so you can come back from it, which then maybe helps you into a flow state. And it can also result in over-identification with thoughts or emotions. So it's, everything has got good and bad, right? So we have to kind of positive, negative, we have to kind of balance them out. And then there's the one called diffuse space. And I didn't know any of this before I started doing it. I just started doing it because I like the way it made me feel. And the diffuse space is more of a broad, open awareness that includes everything around you. So if you're looking in your room and there's pictures on the wall and there's drapes and there's a window or door, you want to see all of it at the same time. And it's about how to use that diffuse space by promoting relaxation, creativity, and a sense of unity with your environment. This state is central to open focus training because it helps reduce and enhance our well-being. And who doesn't want that? So let's try this one. It's called flexibility shift between the states. On the narrow focus, an exercise that can be shown here is The goal is to train concentrated attention for tasks requiring precision. Pick a small object, a coin, a pen, something you can hold in your hand. I'm right now holding this little crystal. It's a beautiful quartz blue crystal. Um, and if go ahead and take a look at whatever you're holding, whether it's a pen, something on your desk that makes you feel good, or Martha Beck talks about us having glimmers around on our desk. And I also have this. This is a little elephant that I have on my desk with little jewels on it, and because I like elephant, the animal. So whatever it is you want to look at, focus on that. Just uh, look at this thing in your hand as it's in your hand, standing here. Look at it in your hand and see what it's offering you. Bring your attention to it. If your mind starts to drift, then come back to it. And if not, if you don't have anything to hold, just look at your hand. And because there's some really good exercises with the hand. So let's just take a look at this object and look at it really intently and see what's in it, something that you really connect with in it. And keep your eyes closed. You can close your eyes, open them, and then you can imagine it, like if you're holding it, what it looks like when your eyes are closed. What does it look like when your eyes are closed? See the space around the object that you're holding. Feel the space in your hand. And then feel the space getting larger. Just imagine it in your hand, and that you're looking at it and the space is growing around this little object. And as that space is growing, it's changing your consciousness. It's changing your focus. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And then let's open the eyes again and take a look at the object that you're holding. And I'm still holding this little elephant. So what do you hear going on in your room while you're coming back? I hear a clock ticking. Do you feel a sensation through your nose when you breathe? Does your mind feel tight, tense? That's the true nature of narrow focus, but it can also become rigid if it's overused. That means if we're focusing on a problem that we're trying to figure out. And then the next one is called objective space exercise. And this is observing without attachment. So to strengthen external awareness without over-identifying with it. So sit in the room that you're in, look at the objects in your environment, a chair, a lamp, a picture on the wall. You can name them silently as you're looking around your room. Notice how each object is separate from you. As you observe, imagine you are a neutral witness, simply noting what's there. As you're looking around the room, you're just looking at what's there, but you're looking at the whole room. How does it feel to observe without totally engaging? This space can be useful for analytical thinking, and that is but if you stay in it too long, it may create a feeling of separation from your experience, right? So we're going and coming back. And the third one is called immerse space, getting lost in sensation. And that could be like feeling your body, feeling your hands, or even imagine it. Putting on a favorite piece of music and getting lost in that music, and feel the rhythm around you, the sound, the layers, the vibration around your body. And also just to know that even by getting lost in the sensation is feeling the space around your body, feeling the space around your thumb and your index finger. Just imagining that space. Not only imagining it, but actually see it. Visualize it with your eyes closed. And notice that that space between your index finger and your thumb is getting actually very dense, almost to the point where when you squeeze your thumb and index finger, you can actually feel the density there. And you can feel your thumb and index finger like little energy prongs. So even with listening to music, you let go of the listening to music, just become the experience of the sound. Just be part of the sound, to blend with it, right? You can try it with warm water on your hands, or the taste of flavors. How about, does anybody like chocolate? Taste a piece of chocolate. And do you lose yourself in it when you taste it? This is how we feel when we experience flow states, a flow state. But if we're in it too much without awareness, it can make us overly absorbed in what we're doing and forget about time. But time is important, because I do that all the time myself, because I'm doing something, but I know I have to stop, and it's almost like I have to set a clock to stop just to keep myself on time. So it's good to feel like that, because that means you enjoy whatever it is you're doing, okay? So that's good. And this next one is called diffuse space, and that is expanding your awareness. So you're entering a state of effortless presence and relaxation. So in this one, you can go ahead and close your eyes, and I'm just going to direct you in it. And can you imagine the space between your eyes? Can you imagine the space between your eyes? Would it be possible for you to imagine the space between your ears, in the center of your head? And then can you imagine the space at the crown of your head, very top of your head? Now imagine the space expanding outward from your eyes to your forehead, beyond your forehead. Imagine it's filling the room, the space from your head, upper head around you, and it's filling the room. Let your awareness drip from the open space around you without focusing on anything specific. If thoughts arise, allow them to float through the space rather than grabbing onto them. Rest in this openness for a few minutes, where you're really becoming one with the room. Your energy is becoming one with the energy in the room. So there is no difference between the space in the room and you. There's no boundary. As you're coming back to your body a minute, do you feel a sense of openness and ease? Diffuse space helps relieve stress, and it is part of the essence of open focus. So, if, for example, when you're using narrow space, when you're working on a detailed task, and you get so involved, you can always bring yourself out of it for a minute and expand into the room. By doing that, it changes things when you can start to objectively see the space. And then if you're organizing or immersed in the space as far as playing music, cooking, or engaged in art, that is when you're immersed in the space where you're at, and you get so involved with it that you become part of the flow, or they call it the flow state. And that's why people can get lost in cooking or their artwork or even writing. If you're writing and you start to understand that even more, and use the diffuse space for when you want to relax and let go. And the goal really here is flexibility. When you want to just let go and be able to move between these different states instead of getting stuck in one. So those are some of the things that open focus is about. But I wanted to talk about them because, they are the theories of his work. And also because I've, been watching Martha Beck do it, and she only does it like a minute. And what I learned is that, wow, even a minute can help you get into this different state if you understand it. And I'm going to be doing more talking about it and meditating and doing this different work because it works just as good as other devices that are out there that you would have to purchase to do it with, or different psychedelics and stuff like that. And here it is, the real reason is that you can do this stuff by just thinking about using your brain. And the other thing I'm learning about Martha Beck is because of Jill Bolte Taylor having a stroke and coming back from that and having to learn how to use her brain all over again. Took her 8 years, but she was able to do that. And she was also a neuroscientist of biology. What an amazing story there. But anyway, this is Anthony signing off and telling you that asking you if you got anything out of this. If you did, please just subscribe. If you didn't, thank you for watching. And like I said, I'm going to be showing more and talking about more of this in longer meditations. But the point is, you can use what you want of it. It doesn't take very long. And then I'm going to do some short ones because I know people don't have a lot of time also, like during the day. But a minute or two of this can really help. So thanks for listening. Have a great day. I'll have some other videos up here. And thanks very much. And we will see you soon. Remember, keep open, focused,